Oh, morning. We're going to start today with something a little bit different. Bear is going to sing you a song. Let me just turn the camera around. How about that? Just going outside. I hope that made you smile. Just turn my camera around. Morning. How are we all doing? Let me just say hello to a few people. Ministry, cheers for sharing the stream, buddy. Anne-Marie, my lovely, good to see you. Lindsay, Tim, Audi, even got Claire in. How are you, Claire? Hope you're well. Mr. Shield. Richard. That was Bear's rendition of I was going to say Merry Christmas then, but it's a bit too late for that now, isn't it? So, yeah, always rattling shit pit. Always, mate. Some cunt. Have I got any mods in here? Block that cunt. Can't be doing with his shit. Muppet. Go and get a life, you fucking melt. Or jump on the panel. I'll tell you what, let me put the link out. Jump on. Go on then. Near shit pit. Come on. Let's see what you got to say, big man. I'm big enough to fucking put people down on here. Let's see what you're about. You haven't got the balls to come on here. I'll tell you that now, you haven't. You have not got the fucking bollocks, daft lad. Crazy hell. Morning, bruv. There's always some fucking numpty who fucking comes in with shit comments trying to fuck things up, isn't there? Fucking melt. Get a fucking laugh, you fucking idiot. Yes, son of William. What a fucking drongo, mate. Fucking muppet. The link's there. Shit pit. Jump on. You're big enough to run your mouth. Let's see what you're about, dickhead. No balls, that's what it is. No fucking balls, mate. You run the mouth, but there's no fucking action. Fucking idiot. Fuck him off. No, that's out the way. Do you know, I woke up this morning and someone had only broke into my shed. And nicked all my fucking fishing gear and power tools worth about £3 grand. Nice one, Tim. So that was at 7:30 this morning when I noticed that. I waited till the neighbours were up because I know they've got CCTV. Went and knocked on the door, asked me if I could look at it. They showed me it. 2 young lads off the estate where I live who I noticed knew where they lived straight away. So I rang my brother. He come round, got the dog on the lead. Went and knocked on the door. Morning, buddy. You got two teenage boys? Yes, mate. Why? Showed him. Well, next door let me video the fucking footage on my phone off their screen. Showed him the footage on the screen. Called them to the door. It was obvious it was them. Morning, Slim. Hope you're well, mate. And yeah, proceeded to go into the garden and bring all my fucking fishing gear and all my power tools through. So yeah, I got them all back within an hour. Needless to say, the dad wasn't happy. I hope he fucking gives him a kicking. It's like I said to ministry earlier, though, not much gets past me on this estate. It's not very big at all. There's only like 60 houses. You know what I mean? I think I was one of the first ones on here. Everyone knows who I am. Yeah, I got it all back clear, thank God. Some of the reels as well were quite sentimental because of my granddad's that he gave to me before he died. So I just wanted them back more than anything. But yeah, I got it all back. It's my own fault though, because they want no padlock on the shed, and they want the gate ain't got no padlock on it either that leads into the back garden. So yes, Turkish. It's my own stupid fault. It's fucking freezing in Lincoln. It is raining. It's horrible. And it's cold. What we all got planned for today then? Not a lot. Not much in this weather, I bet. Look, there's the shed. And there's the gate. Neither of them locked. Idiot. What am I buying? What do you mean by that, Slim? Kid skinted me, mate. No, kid skinted me at Christmas on the wife. Absolutely skinted me. The wife found me a little stash. I had £3 stashed in a shoe box in one of my trainer boxes. Now, as most people know, yeah, I've got nearly 70 pairs of Adidas original trainers. Yeah, it's a hobby of mine. I collect them, and I've been putting the odd few quid away each week for the last year and a half. I managed to save up about £3. And the wife went to, was it Meadowhall or York? No, the designer outlet near York before Christmas, and decided to help herself to 1,500 quid out the box without even telling me. Not happy, but it went unpleasant, so I couldn't really say out. Could have fucking asked though, eh? Tim, if it would have been a few years ago, mate, before I was settled down with the wife and the kids, there would have been no knocking on the door, mate. And that's not me being cunt. That's how it would have been. I think the dad shit it as soon as he saw Bear at the end of the garden, because our brother stood at the end of the garden with a dog. I've not seen Flyme today. Has anyone seen Flyme? He's probably in bed off that fucking Cali still. Yes, Mark Belfast. How are you, buddy? Hope you're well, mate. So it's only going to be a quick live, probably an hour. Got to do the kids' lunches, and I've got a few bits around the house that I've still got to do before the wife gets home from work. Can you all hear me all right? Show me that handsome face, Fly. That's my boy.
Morning.
Morning, mate. How are you?
All right, I haven't been up long, mate. It's one of them. When your phone's dead on the morning, have you ever done that? When you think it's plugged in and it isn't, and you've got zero charge on your phone when you get up. That
Yeah. Was
works.
you watching? Was you watching? Because I just said I haven't seen Fly this morning. Has anyone seen him? I messaged you earlier.
Just put it on there now, and all your messages just come through there, and then all the notifications, everything. It's about 5 minutes worth of notifications.
I was just saying to the chat then. I bet it was that fucking Cali you was flashing. I bet that's knocked you out and sent you to sleep.
Oh yeah, it's not me. It's my son. Coming in with all these bloody bag
Yeah,
names.
but
God knows.
the difference in what we buy over here to what you can get in them packages, it's totally different level, isn't it?
You know what, mate? It just tastes like compost to me. Does I'm like, what flavour compost is this? Fuck's sake.
I've got an idea. I can get you plenty of compost, mate. Just send me your address. I'll give you it for £100 a key. You heard what's happened? Fly, you heard what's happened this morning?
I know, I just heard there, mate. I've had that before. It's horrible, isn't it? Like, I opened my back door a couple of years ago, like in the kitchen, and looked down, the garage door was wide open. And I've got a dead long drive, with the car in, so I've got iron gates. They have to. I just couldn't believe it. I've never had anything pinched before, but to see garage door wide open and there was a £400 bike in there.
Did you just say your garage? You've got a long drive with big metal gates. What kind of fucking
Yeah.
house do you live in?
It's nice. You know what I mean? No, but they had to open the gates, which I've got a padlock on, but I don't lock it because
it's a bit of a hassle. Fucking
yeah. When you're freezing cold and you're having to go to the gate, look for the key to open the padlock, but it's my fault. But yeah, I never reported it or anything, Dave. You just don't bother, do you? There's no point.
No, well, I would have gone looking for it, mate. To be honest, if I didn't recognise the two lads on the next door CCTV, I would have rang up King Cash Converters and all the other places like that this morning. I would have got it back, mate. I would have got it back.
Yeah. It just shows you, doesn't it? It doesn't matter what time of year it is or anything, if they want to nick it, they'll just nick it, won't they?
Fly, these two young lads, they live in a fucking really nice house. Do you know what I mean? The dad's got a brand new Beamer on the driveway. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're not short of a few quid, so why the fucking kids are doing shit like that, I do not know.
Did the dog not bark then?
No.
So they must have been quiet then. Well, what would they needed? Like ball croppers?
No, nothing. There was no padlock on the shed, and there was no the back seat just had the bolt across. It didn't have no padlock on it.
Oh, it's a nightmare. Big up everyone in the chat there. There's Lou Don there, Tim Smith, Slim, Mark, respect. Yeah, man. I missed most of last night. Like, I don't know if anything went on last night. Like, been a bit arguey again, hasn't it? Bit confrontational.
Sorry, mate. I was just speaking to my lad then.
Yeah, I've said been a bit confrontational again, hasn't it, over Christmas on here?
Oh, it's all bullshit, mate.
I know you've been fed up again, like.
It's all bullshit. It is all fucking bullshit, man. The only person who's got the fucking balls to turn up on here so far, like, who I've seen, is Motorsports, mate, and that's it.
Yeah.
Holland and fucking what's his name had a bit of a fucking handbags, didn't they, Dennis? And that's about it, mate. It's just all for views, mate. That's all it is. It is all for fucking views. If people can't see that, they're fucking daft.
Yeah.
You'll be best mates then next week. You watch. Give it another 2 weeks. They'll all be talking to each other again. I saw some footage the other day, yeah. Wait, come on my phone this morning, actually, from about 4 or 5 months ago, where two of them people that are arguing now were best mates.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's laughable, mate. It's laughable. I don't know how the chat feels about it. Morning, Lou. But that's just my opinion on it, mate.
Yeah. Now you can do those. You just keep doing what you're doing. You know what I mean? It's like there's that many live streams going on now, Dave, as well. It's hard to like even get a gap. You know what I mean? Or try, because I know people say just do your live yourself, they'll come. But at the same, if there's 4 of the lives on at the same time, it just sort of makes you think about it twice. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you doing a live when other people are on fly, you'll see who the what's the word? Your loyal supporters are, mate. Because they'll be in that chat and they won't leave until it's finished, even though other lives are on. That's right. I'd rather have, I don't know how many's in the chat, not 17. I'd rather have 17 good uns in than fucking 300 wrong uns arguing. Not wrong uns, idiots, mate. You know what I mean? Simple as.
Yeah.
I want to laugh until I fart.
I just seen a little bit of Ministries there, because Ministry gets a bit of grief, doesn't he? And
I like Ministry.
It's because they're all been like people been changing the name, like haven't they? You know, like not nastily or for any other reason, but if you're a mod and you change your name, and then time people out, it doesn't it shows up as the other name, and I think that's what's happened at Ministries.
Yeah. Morning, Steve. Carl.
It's a bit grim outside, eh?
It's fucking pissing it down, mate. Absolutely pissing it down.
Yeah.
Horrible. I won't be going nowhere today, apart from to walk the dog later. That'll be it. Boss dog, big up, mate.
You're up there, boss dog.
I thought I'd jump on and do a quick hour before I fucking do a bit of housework. Do you know what I did yesterday? I watched 4 films yesterday.
Yeah, which one?
Just sat and watched films all day, mate. I watched the first Avatar, ready for the second one where I can get that on my Fire Stick. I watched another film called Troll about some fucking about some stone troll that lived in the mountains. Or it was mad, mate. And then there was another one called Fall where you've got these fucking rock climbers. They're on this climbing this big mountain, and there's 2 girls and a lad. The lad falls and dies, which was one of the girl's boyfriends. She takes herself off into hibernation, drinking herself silly for time. And then a friend comes back and they end up climbing this big fucking TV mast in the middle of the desert. And they end up getting stuck on top of it. It's like fucking hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of feet high. Do you know what I mean? It's a good film, mate. I enjoyed it.
What is it new like?
I'm not sure.
So when you look for them films, what department did you look at in the films? Like, what did you fancy, or were you just looking at a new film? Were they new or old ones?
I think they're old ones, mate, if I'm honest. That Troll's quite recent, but the other 2 are quite old.
Yeah, because you showed us your Fire Stick thing before, and mine's the same, you know, you have all the, like spy films, thrillers, and there's that many of them. I just go to the new films, mate, and see what's new. I always look for the actors who's in it as well, because
that's another good indicator, mate. To be fair,
good actors only do good films, don't they? Usually.
Steve, get one of them Fire Sticks, mate. It's the best thing you'll do. Believe me. I pay £15 for 6 months on mine, and what it is basically is just the full Sky package. I've got over 3,000 channels on it. 15 quid for 6 months. You pay that just for Sky Sports alone, don't you? A month.
Yeah.
More.
So was it football day yesterday, or was that the day before? Because
day before, wasn't it? Can we not
bad day for you, wasn't it? Good day for us. Like, we've got a new superstar, us, Dave. Chuba Akpom.
Yeah, I watched a bit of the highlights of your game. That was a good win for you, that.
Oh, it was brilliant. I watched the game, like, I watched it. It was a brilliant game.
We went 3 down in 25 minutes, we did. 3 down in 25 minutes, mate. And that's why it ended 3-0 against Burton, of all teams.
I mean, it must be hard, mustn't it, when you go down 3-0, like, to pick yourself up and try and get back from that. It's over, isn't it?
yeah, after 25 minutes, mate, your head just goes automatically down. But to be fair, they stuck at it. Didn't let no more goals in, but still lost. Do you know what makes me laugh though? We played Southampton, didn't we, in the quarterfinals of that cup last week?
Yeah.
We lost 2-1. We was lucky not to win, really unlucky not to win. And I think it was just a bit of a fucking hangover from that game, if I'm honest, mate.
Yeah.
That's what I'm telling myself, anyway.
What did the Man U score finish last night like?
Don't know, 3-1 was it?
Yeah, so I seen that 2-0 and then Forest scored. Did you see the bloody how long it took them to sort the VAR out? It was offside by about a millimetre.
No, I didn't see that.
I mean, it was 2-0 and it would have made for a good game. Forest got a goal and then it looked perfect. And then VAR looked at it and, Jesus Christ.
3-0, South Shield. 3-0.
It's offside by about a millimetre. Ridiculous.
You know, Tim, I've got a feeling Leeds will win today. Is it at home?
Looks like it, yeah.
Leeds v Man City. It'll either be a draw or Leeds will win 2-1, like Tim said.
Mm. Yeah, we've got the.
I need to speak to Norris. I do, Fly.
You want to?
I need to speak to Norris. I was hoping he'd come in the chat. I see something that he put this morning in Ministry's chat about that fucking No More Lies. He reckons he's turning up at his door with something on what he was saying.
Oh, Norris's.
Yeah.
Yes, Andrew Lane. I remember Alan Boxich. Do you remember Alan Boxich, Dave, when he come to Borough?
No, mate.
Yeah, it might be a bit too far back for you. Well, Alan Boxich, he was like
Morning, Andrew.
The striker. I'm not sure where he come from, but he was one of them, you know, fucking hell, what's he doing at the Borough? I think Robbo signed him, but he was quality, him, like one of these strikers, you know, he didn't have to do much. He just had a good touch in that, a good finish. Yeah. Yeah, that Jim. Jim's in the house. It was nice to see Jim in the chat the other day. I was on Mark Belfast's for a few hours the other night, and it was a proper chilled out chat. You know, Scouse was there, and, but Jim was listening. We were on for a few hours, and then he did a little live last night. Jim, didn't he? He didn't speak like he was just teasing us.
Do you know what? Do you know what this social media is about, Fly? Yeah, you can either go two ways about it. You can either be yourself and just do your own thing, stay in your own lane, like me, you, Darryl. Do you know what? Well, Darryl's had a bit of beef, hasn't he? But not much.
Yeah.
Or you can just welcome the fucking shit to your lives, mate, and just let it go all out. And that way, it brings the subs, doesn't it? But I refuse to do that, mate. I'm not fucking doing it. I could fucking go all out on people and bring loads of fucking subs and fucking shit to this channel on the lives, but I'm not doing it, mate.
Yeah, see, did you see any Tim's live last night? He had shits and giggles on. Did you realise that was shits and giggles, Tim? Because he's a bit of a legend round here. That was the first paddle he'd ever been on that.
Was it?
Yeah, on Tim's last night. I don't think Tim realised who it was, though, because he brought him on. And he just said shits. So I thought it was somebody taking the piss, but it wasn't. It was him, like, and he's like, he's how I expected him to look, you know, from his comments in the chats and stuff. And his
did he have his camera on as well?
No, he didn't have his camera on, but he sounded like your you know what I mean? When you see him right in the chat, yeah, the voice to match it, like sounds a bit like an older, but a little bit older. Saying that, I don't know, could be wrong, but decent
Jim.
bloke.
Jim on his way to work. Big up the 20
Jim's first day back at work today, I think, for Jim.
Oh, when you back, you've got another week, haven't you?
Yeah.
No, I've been off since last. With 22nd we broke up, and I thought, get a couple of lie-ins. Do you know what I mean? Have a couple of 10 o'clocks. Probably get up at 10 o'clock-ish. It's not happened once, mate. It's not happened once. if I'm not being woke up by the dog licking my face, take me for a walk at fucking 6, half 6. It's the fucking kids getting up stupid o'clock still, even though they're off school.
So you know this CCTV, was it dead clear, like, Dave? The one from next door, was it right on your shed and that? Did you see the face and everything?
Yeah, there's two cameras, because where we live, there's like a little, I won't call it a drive, but it's off the main road. You go down like this little road, and then there's like 2 houses opposite. There's 2 houses on one side and 2 houses on the other side. Do you know what I mean? So it's just like a little close kind of thing, but we've only got 4 houses on it. The woman opposite's got doorbell cam, and the woman on the right of me, they've got proper CCTV covering their garden. Because our side passage is the same passage for another 4 houses, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I knew it was straight away, mate. I've seen them biking up and down the street many times.
Does it have the time on it and that when they did it?
Yeah.
What time was
that? I took a recording from off next door's fucking telly. You know, when they showed me it, I recorded it on my phone. Then zoomed in and took a screenshot of the faces. So when I knocked on the door, I just says, "Have you got two teenage sons?" But he was like, "Yes, mate. Why?" And then I just showed him the pictures. Like, told him what had happened. He called them through, and the fucking
Oh, so you got face to face with them?
Yeah. Within leaving the house and knocking on the door, I was back in my house within 5-6 minutes with everything.
Fucking hell.
Lucky, mate. Just very lucky. That's all that was. If it wasn't somebody off the estate, then it probably would have took me fucking ages to find it, if at all.
It's bad character there.
2 padlocks needed, mate, I think. One for the shed and one for the fucking gate to the garden.
Can't believe he didn't have a lock on it, like Dave.
Fucking hell, I know, mate. Idiot. An idiot. In a way, that's my own fault. Do you know what I mean? Fucking, well, it is my own fault. Not in a way, it's my own fault, mate. Me just thinking, oh, nobody will rob my shed. Do you know one of them?
They've probably been trying loads of others, Dave, and they've got yours. I don't think they'll singled you out, but...
No. Do you know what makes me laugh? I thought I heard somebody in the passage. Yeah, I had a late night the other night. I must have gone to bed at about 2:30, and I thought I heard somebody in the passage. I thought I heard the end gate go. Do you know when you like lift the latch, it makes a weird noise? And I thought I heard it. Went to my back gate. I didn't open the gate. I just stood there for a minute and listened, and I didn't hear nothing else, so I left it. But thinking now that gate only goes off if somebody opens it. That noise, it only makes that noise if somebody opens it. So I should have gone out, but I didn't bother.
The thing is, though, Dave, it's not unusual for you to be up at daft o'clock, is it? And having a joint or whatever in your garden or sat in your kitchen or whatever, you know what I mean? I know, so you could have been up then with a... Do you not leave a light on or anything downstairs or outside?
No, I thought the dog would have fucking... Normally, if the dog hears anyone in the garden, mate, he's barking like, oh. He sleeps near the front door, though, so I'll let him off this once. He's got a yellow card in him this morning, mate. He wasn't happy. But I think he made up for it for that little song that he sang on the intro to this. Did you see that?
I did, yeah.
Got the harmonica out.
Yeah, there's been some naughty singing on a few of the channels. I seem to remember. I think I put up with Tracy was doing a bit of karaoke the other night. Jesus Christ! No, mad Tracy.
It's my dog, Steve. I've had him a year in March. He's 2 soon, babies, you know, Fly. He's 2 in January.
Is he?
Yeah.
Something goes by, like. I was in there, Lay Cake. How you doing? Oh, Lay Cake's been funny, you know, these last few weeks. Been watching him on. I watch his comments anyway, you know what I mean? But it's been funny, him, like. Take no prisoners.
So it should be on here. If you can't come on here and speak your mind, mate, then what's the platform for? That's the way I see it. When's it? How long we got till New Year's Day?
New Year's Day will be next Sunday, won't it?
Oh, we've got a while yet. Right, listen, I want everyone in this chat who's got their own platform to plug the fuck, pardon for swearing, out of Fly's channel. I think he needs 50 subs for 1K. So let's get him there for New Year's Day, please. That is my I'm making that my mission.
Mm.
That'll be good.
You know
mate.
what I've noticed, Dave? You know, are you still putting regular shorts out, mate?
I've stopped it, mate, to be fair. I've probably done 3 over the last week.
Yeah. You know what happens when you stop, Dave? It's hard to get going again, like, because it is right about the algorithm. When you were uploading stuff regularly, it's you get the numbers, you know, on your shorts and that. I couldn't do anything wrong. I was putting anything up and getting thousands of views on it. But I had a little gap of about 4 days where I didn't put anything up. And then I put one up and it got about 10 views. And then I put another one up and it got about 20 views. And it's hard to get going again. The algorithm,
Yeah, exactly the same, mate. I missed a few days and then it just went to pot. But what I did notice was I didn't take them down. I left them up. And like overnight, one of them went from 10 views to 1.5. So
yeah.
I'll leave them up, mate.
Yeah, are you still getting your subs right, Dave? Are you still picking a few up?
1,070, I think I'm on.
That's all right, though.
There's the legend himself, look. Morning, Jim.
Morning, Vander. Yes, Jim Bob.
Morning, Vander.
Coming back with a new avatar there for Jim. Where'd you get that from, Jim?
I don't think his sound's working, mate. No, it was my shed, Steve. But next door had CCTV, so that's what I meant. But their shed getting robbed. It was fucking mine.
Yeah.
I think Jim's.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, we can, Jim.
Hang on a minute. I just need to adjust my headphones. How do that? How do I do it? Settings. Tim Smith Guide to settings. Audio. Take it off default. Put it on head.
You see my handle there, Dave, of that message? Fly Meet the Moon 420.
Where?
On the screen now, what Slim's put up there. That's my handle, Fly Meet the Moon 420.
Settings.
He's on the old Cali now. He thinks he's fucking Bob Marley.
Just go.
I know, yeah. Thinking of painting the bedroom red, yellow, and green.
Polka dots. Don't tell Lou. Then imagine her face. Aren't they?
Fishes, can you hear me?
Yes, mate.
Yes.
How's things going?
Not too bad, mate. Not too bad. Dave's just decided to put up a spontaneous live, you know.
Spontaneous live, Tim Smith style.
Yeah.
Tim's just gone about 5 minutes ago.
Be back in a minute.
Jim,
How's
did
the
you catch?
family, Jim?
Go on.
How's the what?
How's the family?
Sick as dogs, every one of us.
Oh.
Are you back to work as well?
Yeah, 2 positive COVID and bronchitis, and all back away. Now.
Is that been spread like from your house, Jim? Have you to the family and that? Have you had family around your house, or have you been around theirs?
No, we come from Ireland. The in-laws visited some Christmas gifts, didn't they? The week before last. And both, as soon as they got over here, got tested positive for COVID, and then I've just passed it on to everyone. It's good, isn't it? Yeah.
Is the baby all right?
The baby's fine. The baby tested positive, but on the second day, which was yesterday, third day, was negative. So the baby's now clear.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah,
excellent.
Yeah. Which is good news. No.
Did you ever test positive, Dave, for COVID?
Yeah. The day that I got on holiday. Can you remember?
Oh, yeah. I must be one of the only people who haven't tested positive for it. I've never. I think I might have had it, but You know, and not done a test.
So I went through it. I tested every day, and I've never had it until the week before last, or last week, was it? Early last week. I was sick, mate. I was in bed for 60 hours.
Wow.
To God, there was one stage I thought, I have to go to hospital, I can't breathe. I honestly couldn't breathe.
Do you know, when I had it, Jim, that's what I did for the first 2.5 days, just slept.
And have you had the jobs like Jim?
I'm at 5.
Wow.
So there you go. You can still get it bad as well, can't you? If it's laid you up for 60 hours, mate, it's bad, isn't it?
If I wouldn't have had the jab, so I think I would have been hospitalised without a doubt. I tell you now.
That's mad. 5 jabs and still getting it, and that's mad.
Yeah.
They didn't say it would stop you not getting it. I think that's the thing. Everyone thinks it would stop you getting it, but it didn't. It
stops you from getting it really bad, I think, doesn't it? That's all.
Yeah.
But this morning, although I tested positive, I haven't got the symptoms, so I feel fine. So government advice and guidance says I can attend work.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, that's what it says. You just have to wear a mask and stay so far away from other people, Jim, I think, isn't it?
Well, I've been working by myself, 240 feet up this morning, so don't think anyone's got it. A couple of birds might have it. That's about it.
240 feet up. How did you get up there, Jim?
Oh God, don't ask me. It was one of the biggest boom lifts you've ever been on in your life. It wasn't a great feeling, mate.
Oh, thank you.
My banksman's going, you've got to come down. You got to come
is that
down,
in your job description, like Jim? Do you often have to go up a height?
Yeah, too. Like to do, yeah. You can't fucking do it from the ground, mate. You can't fix things sometimes from the ground. You have to get up with the motors and. Yeah.
Not a chance.
Did you used to do that in your old job as well?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's part of your job,
the week I was the opposite. I was, I think it was 180 foot underground in Taunton.
You know what? I don't know which one I'd rather do, up or down.
I'd rather be above ground. I like above ground. Underground, it's such a strange environment when you're underground, mate. It's not that deep.
Going underground.
Yeah, I don't fancy any of them. Like, keep me on the ground, like.
Do you know, I was once in the Lincolnshire Echo for climbing Lincoln Cathedral.
Yeah? What, officially?
No.
I was going to say, what did you write Dave on, like, with spray paint on the top or something?
No, there was 5 of us. We did it just for a laugh, yeah? In the dark as well at night. And they had scaffolding up because there was re-lead in all the roofs. And we ran the scaffolding like fucking idiots. Must have been about 14. And obviously somebody's seen us, rang the police come up from inside the cathedral, not up the scaffolding, popped out of nowhere. We ran across all these big roofs. If you look at the front of the cathedral, there's a big massive circular glass window and a big steep roof above it. You'll look at the picture and you'll think you never did that. We went up one side of the roof, down the other side, ended up on the right side of the cathedral, sat on this window ledge for about 4 hours refusing to come down. And yeah, I did get in trouble for it.
Oh,
I was never a climber, like, might climb the odd tree.
Yeah, they might have thought you were trying to steal a lad.
Yeah, that's what they did think, because apparently they had thousands and thousands of pounds worth of power tools up there as well inside what they was using.
Oh dear.
So he's had a little burglary this morning, Jim. Did you hear it? What he said?
No, who had it?
Me.
Dave. He's had his shed broke into during the night, but he's found out who it is and got it all back. Happy days.
Smithers.
Morning, Tim.
Here he is, king of the live stream.
Shows you how desperate some people are.
Left the shed open, Jim, like an idiot, in the side gate without a padlock on. About $3,000 worth of fishing stuff and power tools. But luckily, next door's got CCTV. Showed me it, and I recognised the 2 lads straight away from off the estate. So I recorded a bit of the footage of the CCTV. Went and knocked on the door. My brother was stood at the end of the garden with my dog, and I just kindly asked him if he had a couple of teenage sons, which he said yeah. And then I showed him the footage, and he couldn't really say nothing. Called them through, and within 2 minutes of the dad showing them the footage, they went and picked stuff from in the back garden.
So Dave, at any point, Dave, were you like proper angry at any point? Did you have to calm yourself down, or were you just like, right?
No, because mate, I knew from that footage there was no denying that they'd done it, so it was a win-win either way.
You'd still be angry though, wouldn't you?
It's not good for local estates. It's not good that they're burgling in their home estates. That's what would concern me. Is that
Jim? You know there's only about 50 houses on the estate, and they've only been on this estate for about 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Walking up to the drive, the dad looks like a well presentable guy. Do you know what I mean? They've got a brand new Beamer on the drive. The house is really nice. And I'm thinking to myself, why would your two sons be needing to go out robbing sheds?
That's why you got the BMW.
It's obvious they've got a bit of money from where they're living. So it's just strange. Sorted though. So
mad one night on your doorstep.
Yeah, it is. I walked out my front door, Tim, and to knock on their door, it's literally about a 30-second walk. Literally.
Like you said, Dave, I think you might have been lucky there, like, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I was lucky.
Yeah. But still, don't give them the fucking right to go in any fucking house or shed, does it? Bastards.
No. Well, the wife's at work. I've said to her on the way back from work, grab 2 decent padlocks. One will be going on the back gate and one will be going on the shed.
I'm afraid I'll be putting a few posters up on lampposts of the two of them, just letting your neighbours know.
Well, the one neighbour knows, so now, cause she's quite nosy as well, so no doubt she'll tell the rest of the neighbours, so word will get out there by itself, Jim. I won't need to do that, I don't think, mate.
It's a shit on their own doorstep. They need to, if the old fella doesn't deal with them, they need someone else to deal with them.
You know what else, Dave? You know what else you should do that works as well? Get a thing, beware of the dog, and put it on your gate, because a burglar, if they've got 2 choices, they'll go at the one without a dog, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but the problem there, Moon, is that Dave's dog's very famous, and it's not exactly the guard dog of the year, is it?
Well, it's in the middle of a deep sleep, you know, like...
It's probably sitting there looking at the bagels.
You know what makes me laugh, Jim? Normally, the littlest sound, the dog's barking, and he didn't hear nothing, bless him. So I said to Fly, when I got up this morning, I gave him his first yellow card.
Yeah, give it to that guy. Give it to Brummy Banters. He's in. Give him the details. Ask him, can he sort them out?
Oh, big up pads. Everyone, mate.
Brummy was back on the live scene last night. Brummy Banters did a live last night.
I was ghosting it. I was watching. It was quite a good show, actually.
It's good how he does them, though, isn't it? It's good how he does them and that with the lights and that. There's so much energy in it, isn't there?
Yeah.
Can I just ads? Can you do me a favour and go and chuck Fly Me to the Moon's link up on your community page, mate? We're trying to get into 1,000 subs for New Year.
Yeah, I'll do that after this now.
Cheers, man. Cheers. So, Jim, what's with the new avatar, mate?
I like it. I like the picture. And it's time to move on from the ice chain picture. You know, ice chain picture is a bit of a cartoon picture, wasn't it? So.
Well, did you go looking for a new avatar and then did you narrow it down, or did you just see that one and think, that's me?
My mate Apollo Stig let me pinch it.
I know, what's with this Apollo Stig thing? What's that all about?
See, you've worked that out yourselves. I'm saying fuck up.
Is that an actual, because it's music, isn't it? Are they a band or something? Or?
No, he's just a guy. He's just a music producer.
Yeah. Has anyone else noticed Jim's little shots that he puts up and the music's coming from someone called Apollo Stig?
He's had a rough time.
I've never heard of him, but sort of recognise the music.
He's good.
teasing us again last night with that little live as well, weren't you?
Yeah, I just wanted to do some music while I was sitting there, coughing my guts.
Are we doing Tim? That was a good live last night. Did you realise that was shits and giggles, Tim?
No, I thought it was trying to porn bomb. It just come under shit smoke, and I didn't know what to do, so I left it. Like I went back, and then I thought, fuck it, just let him on.
It was all right, wasn't he? That was his first live panel, like, you know.
Yeah, I know. It's mad, like. Mad.
Liverpool Jubilee in the house. Leah Kate. It's got some people in here, hasn't he? Boss
Got
Tog.
got 25 people in here. Tim, you had about 40 in at one point last night, mate.
Did I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm starting to clickbait the titles now as well.
Yeah, you need to be a bit better than that, mate. You need to start mentioning some names, like call out to Danny Christie or something.
Oh, what's the point? You know, I smash his head in, like, you know?
That's what I mean. Just put that in. Just put in, like, in your title, Christie, this is for you. I'm going to smash your head in. And then watch.
So, Dave, what were you saying about Norris, Dave?
He saved me new timepieces off Christmas.
No, but I think we're about to. Have a look then.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen them down the market. 15 quid, them.
I was hoping no one would notice.
Nice, that, Dave. Might get to work on time now, lad.
Yeah, hey mate, I'm not wearing it to work, and then the boss can't say out. Do you know, I've got a thing fly. I always set my my phone 10 minutes early when I go to work, because then when we have 10 minutes extra on break, away with it.
Phone won't stop ringing. I've finished. Go away.
Are you sat in your car, Jim?
I just don't pay the cost.
Hey, Matt, let's just speak about something quickly. Our BBA's on here. What the fuck is going on with this with Blackburn's World?
Yeah, cheers, BBA, for that, mate.
Is it all?
I know, yeah.
It's true or what?
It's not true until you've seen everything. That's just the problem with YouTube. Load of fucking people jumping on a load of shit, isn't they?
How the hell has somebody got hold of that page, though, that his PayPal page?
They've obviously active the account, haven't they? They must have, to get emails and shit like that.
That's a personal PayPal link, isn't it?
I don't know what your feeling is, guys, but the Christmas, obviously, with being ill and sleeping and drinking and eating and just watching, listening to YouTube, it's been some good stuff, but there's been more shit stuff than anything this year. Terrible.
Yeah.
Absolutely shocking, I tell you. It's just thinking to myself, God's sake, guys, no. Some people on never off 18-hour lives, 16, 11 hours, 10 hours. You're just thinking, oh, for fuck's sake. And it's just all slagging other people off. Shocking.
It's bollocks, Jim. Absolute joke.
Worst I've seen it. Honest to God, guys, worst I've seen it. Never seen it so bad.
Yeah, it's what people are watching it though, aren't they, Jim? You know what I mean? See the numbers go up when a bit of drama comes on and that.
It tracks the numbers in without a doubt.
We listened the other night, Jim, when in Mark Belfast's. I mean that was so chilled out, that chat. Like, I was in there for about 2 hours.
Yeah, I love that. I love that live. It's one of the best lives I've been on. No, just sat and listened and said hello. It's just a great little live. It was.
What's your opinions on the Swan versus Ben Hatchett then? Who are we picking in that one?
The Hatchett.
Is that going to happen, like, is it?
Yeah, I do Ben Hatchett to beat the Swan. Be a good little fight.
Well, we were on about that in Mark Belfast, when we, Jim, and I said fight of the year, Heggie and Venice, and what do you think the opportunities of that happening?
I don't think
Never.
anyone should. I don't think anyone should give Heggie a fucking platform, but that's my opinion, and my opinion only.
Destroy him anyway.
Someone will, though.
The guy's
Someone will,
been.
though.
It's just been 2 years of shit with him, and people just want to stop giving him a fucking platform, and then he'll go. But it'll never happen. In fact, he's just gained another 2,500 subs, hasn't he? Because he's with the other guy now from fucking Liverpool.
Oh, yeah, how the hell's that happened? That is weird. I'm sure that one was in there at one point, wasn't it?
Money, mate, money,
Yeah,
money, clicks, fucking money, views.
I see Pablo had Danny Christian, didn't he? Not right before.
Didn't watch him at all.
I didn't see Pablo's last live either.
I'm fed up seeing his lives getting advertised, going sitting there waiting for 10 minutes. So when he was live, I couldn't even be asked going on.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people are like him. But we jumped on, didn't we, Dave, last week, and like it was all upbeat. We actually believed him. We were on the panel and we believed when he said, "Oh, I'm coming back later. I'm doing a raffle," and he just didn't come back. I couldn't believe it. So,
I think we've got a special guest. I think this is the first time this person's been on my panel.
Who is it?
I hope it is him.
Yo,
Good morning, BBA.
what's going on? Good.
Yes, good to see you, mate.
Good, man. Should have come in on the other channel, really. But
I noticed the avatar, so I was hoping it was you.
hope everyone's had a
So
good Christmas.
I enjoyed Bears lives over the Christmas, to be honest. No, the premieres, I thought they were excellent content, mate. Brilliant. Loved them.
No, I appreciate that. Thanks, mate.
Really good watching. I was watching a bit of Louis Through last night, and the content you made was better than some of his. It was excellent.
yeah, it's great.
It was brilliant. It was along the same lines. I like Louis Through and his
Yeah,
wiggle, it just jiggles.
Yeah, he's been about for years, him as well, hasn't he? He's made a little comeback, hasn't he? Because he had a good series out along. He did Jimmy Savile, didn't he, years ago?
He got
Big up
duped by it. But that's what I was watching last night, and then, well, the missus was watching it, and I was thinking it's a bit like watching Bear. It was good content. I liked it.
Appreciate that. Thanks, mate.
Are you Bear? All right, mate?
Yeah, man.
Right,
So you asked me about the Blackburn thing, yeah?
I'm just confused about it all, mate, if I'm honest.
Well, to be honest, mate, it'll always be confusing on YouTube. Any issue that ever gets brought up on YouTube becomes confusing because so many people want to jump on certain narratives. They want to jump on certain things without any facts.
Yeah.
And I just think it's a bit shocking, really, when there's a lot of people that have had Blackburn's back and supported his channel since day one.
Yeah.
And because they've heard something from a known troll, because that's what Titan Feeds is. He was known to the audience community over a year ago for being a well-known troll, right? Now,
Yeah.
I don't know. The simple answer is I don't know whether Blackburn's guilty, not guilty. What I can tell you is I called Titan out on something a few days ago before Christmas. He got found out being a liar because he was going under an account, which is an account which basically somebody called Tusting got fucking kind of basically boycotted from the fucking auditing community. Turned out that he's a right wrong'un, yeah? This Ryan Trusting is a right wrong'un. Now, Matt Blackburn's will, going back a few weeks ago or a couple of months ago, wanted an interview with this Ryan Tustin. Well, what Titan Feeds done was he decided to make an account called Ryan Trustin 2.0. He also took content off of the original channel and put it on this fake channel so it looked more convincing to the average person. Well, I called him out on it a few days ago. And because I called him out on it, he's now thrown Blackburn's world under the bus, saying that he's a scammer. Oh, look, I can show you this on PayPal. I can show you that. But what no one's bothered to stop, this is how I get frustrated by YouTube. Nobody's stopped to think, okay, so let's just say Titan's right. Everything he's saying about Blackburn's right. Blackburn's a scammer. He's scammed everyone. then why is it not one person is questioning Titan? Because if that's the case, then Titan was in on the scam. Titan has access to that PayPal, which he's openly admitted, which is why he's put it out there. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it seems to me, only because of I outed Titan on his wrongdoing, he's decided to go, you know what? I feel like I've been thrown under the bus by Blackburn. So what he's gone and done is thrown Blackburn under the bus. What you got to remember, if you go look at that video, the donations start from like 2021. So we're not talking like a few weeks or a couple of months. We're talking over a year period. And if you watch the video, there's people sending a donation saying like, for you, there are donations there that say for the homeless, but many of them just turn around and say it's for you. For you, Matt, for £20 for you, Matt. So I don't see how that's a scam if someone sends you 20 quid.
There was people's second names on them names as well, Bear. That was the bad thing.
I was fuming about that fly. A certain lady who we all know off here, she donated and he put a surname up. But then she put in a comment underneath it, her name as we know her off here.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Do you know who I'm on about? I'm not going to say the name.
Yeah, there was a few with the second names on. How the hell is Titan got access? How's he got access?
It's now. Oh, sorry.
How's he got access, Bear, to that PayPal account?
He's had access because he helped Blackburn set up that homeless community channel. Titan helped him set that up. Like Titan's been like behind the scenes with Blackburn for over a year, helping him. Yeah, right. He's been the one like sending messages to Matt saying, "Oh, what would you do if £20 just appeared in your bank account? Oh, here, Matt, here's £20. Go get yourself a smoke and fire up a live." I can't explain why Matt would feel the need to do what Titan says. I can't answer that question. I'm not Blackburn. But what I can say is I called that Titan out on something, and Titan's just gone and thrown fucking Blackburn right under the bus by making out that he's just a scammer. And I just don't think, from the evidence that's been put out there personally, that really defines him as a scammer. In my opinion, that's just my opinion. I don't think it does.
Soon as you involve money and donations, it just seems to go sour, doesn't it? I haven't seen one good thing where they've asked for donations and it's come out that it's all kosher. Or even Filmboy was getting harassed about all that money last week, wasn't he? You know, for the homeless or whatever, and he went out and get questions over money.
Listen, I get it. I know there's people out there that will try and fucking fleece everyone if they can. And listen, maybe I'm wrong. I'll be honest and say maybe my opinion's biased, but at this precise moment in time, I can only go off the way that an individual's treated me or been with me. He's always been respectful, man. So all I can say is the answer is I don't know. I don't know whether he's guilty or if he's not. I would like to think that he's not, on the basis of the person that I know or think I know. I would say that he's not.
Yeah, that's the thing. Now you would expect if he was innocent to just come straight out with the answers. You know what I mean? But he hasn't.
To be fair, not my place to say, but it's not bullshit. But I do know that he hardly died a couple of days before Christmas. It's fact. I know a lot of people have said, "Oh, it's a lie. It's another." It's not. His auntie did die a couple of days before Christmas, so maybe that's why he's not jumping up to defend himself. But I don't know. I couldn't tell you, man. I would just say that if he is, anyone that thinks he is a scammer or he is guilty of, that's fine. You're entitled to that opinion. But on that logic, you would have to question the person that's put it out there that he's a scammer, because that person's also had access to the PayPal, has been able to see the donations coming in and out. Let's be honest, anyone who's got PayPal knows that you can see what comes into that PayPal and you can see what leaves that PayPal. So he's in that for a year, but he's only calling out now. Why is he calling out? Because I called him out or something. And he's thrown his mate under the bus.
So, Bear, Were you on Sparky's yesterday? I know, Jim, I think you were watching him, weren't you? Did Torbs come on yesterday, or was that the day before?
I think it was yesterday. I watched little bits, mate.
Yeah, because...
Right, Smithers, I can't jump off anyway. I'll catch you all later.
All right, Tim. Yeah,
All right, ta-da.
yeah, because from what I've seen there, Torbs looks like he's got something coming out, hasn't he, soon?
Again, I don't know, mate. All I would say about that, I'm not going to sit and slag people off. What I would say is that guy's always got evidence coming, but never anything comes to light. So until it does, mate, it's just more hearsay, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know. I would say that when people want to help homeless and that, man, like fucking hell, it seems to cause that many problems on YouTube. That, you know what, guys, if you want to help someone who's homeless or you want to buy, go do it yourself, innit?
Yeah, that's my opinion.
Go buy somebody a coffee. Go fucking put some clothes on their back or whatever. At least that way you know where your money's going.
Exactly that, Bear. Exactly that, mate.
I've tried doing it off my platform, mate, and I'll be honest, I have. And too many people, mate, try to discredit it, fucking accuse you of, and it's just not worth it, man. It's not worth it. So I'd just say, like, if that's what you want to do, probably better off doing it yourself rather than giving it to a channel who says they're going to do it, if that makes sense.
I'll tell you what, I have seen a lot on this platform recently, on this corner of YouTube, and that is like people getting marred with other people's donations off other channels. Do you know what I mean by that? Like one channel's like fucking followers, it'll be slagging another channel off because they're getting donations, but then that same channel's doing it.
It's hypocrisy, mate. Hypocrisy.
I see people slating the PayPal links that people have, right? Well, I don't, but apparently people seem to be under this illusion that, it's okay if I buy me a coffee. Hang on a minute. I looked at that buy me a coffee for the first time yesterday and pushed the link here. To buy someone one coffee, it's a £5. Fuck off. Is that not a scam? The average place does not cost £5 to buy a fucking coffee. So you could say that buy me a coffee's a scam, couldn't you? To buy 3 coffees is 15 quid. 15
you can
quid
set
to
it,
buy 3 coffees.
You can set that to any amount you want, I think, up to a £5.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I literally just pushed the link out of curiosity yesterday, thinking, okay, let's see what buying a coffee is.
Yeah, most of them are a £5 though, I'll be honest. Like, when you click on it, it is a £5, but you can set that to whatever you want.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's just a more polite way of putting your PayPal link up, isn't it, really? It just doesn't sound as harsh as a PayPal link for me. That's still the same, isn't it? But I think you had one of the best lives over the last week, Bear. A bit of a scoop when you had Tim Draycott driving away from the mountain. that was beauty.
I was howling watching that. I was absolutely howling.
The great escape.
Because that was raw, wasn't it? You got that as it was happening. I mean, that must have happened early on in the day, Bear, and you replayed that, did you?
He literally took those videos, and as soon as he made those videos, he sent them to me.
Yeah, because you
give me an hour or two.
You scheduled it, did you?
Do you know what I found more pleasurable with that situation at the minute? Watching Tim on his channel driving about, enjoying his life, all this scenery and just doing his own thing, and then you've got Mountain Man stuck up on the mountain with No More Lies on his panel, fucking talking shit. It's fucking great. It's great.
Well, you flick on his channel now, you know the 4 people on the panel straight away. Johnny Bum Bum, Zara B, No More Lies, every time I've flicked on.
You know what I noticed yesterday? I noticed that No More Lies in somebody's chat, and he was fucking going on about that Blackburn's World, saying that God's Son's donated £400 to him for food. I'm thinking, what the fuck's that about? He's got No More Lies on fucking giving him shit now as well. All sent over from Steve's.
Well, from what I've seen, that No More Lies must hate Blackbird's World because he's been saying his Christmas has come early and this is the best present he's had. It's cheered him up over Christmas. The fact that this Blackburn's been outed, if he has, So he must have a right grudge against him. I don't know anything about it. Like,
It's all madness, right,
isn't it? Just people having a go at other people because they're down, or because it's not good watching. I don't care. It's my opinion. It's just
make yourself feel better.
It's like and I'm going to say this in a hashtag sense of way. It's like a bunch of wrong'uns discovering a wrong'un and thinking now that we're all okay, we're not wrong'uns no more because this person's more wrong than us. I wonder how that one will go down.
Who put that video up the other day? Sneaker Pimp fucking out in Steve on that live. Steve's face when he realised who he was, his face dropped. No, you're lying.
Well, that's what started all this off, basically. That live there, when that happened, it proper shook Steve a bit. That
it did, mate. You could see it in his face when Sneaker Peep started mentioning certain places, and about if you look at it as well, Steve changed his story within 2 sentences. He said that he went to a certain place down up north or down south. And then when Sneaker Pimp called him out on it and said, well, that's not north, it's south. He turned it to, I went up north first and then down south. It's funny as fuck to watch.
The thing is, though, have you noticed how that hasn't gone any further? That's just like, it's like after that live, nothing else has been said about it. Nobody's dragged it on, or Steve sort of swept it under the carpet. So Sneaker Pimp hasn't been mentioned.
John Tracy knows something we don't. Is that all about Blackburn? John Tracy, do you mean? I wonder who he's on about there.
I didn't see that.
All will be revealed by Torb soon.
Yeah, like I said, Torbs he's from the same town as me, and I met him at Nutters when we went to Nutters that time. But I haven't really spoken much, and I don't watch much of him on here. So I know he's in the auditing community, but I don't know what sort of reputation he's got, you know. I don't know. I'll have to watch a few of his lives or something. Do you watch any of them?
Spelling mistake, mate. Big up brimming banter. I hope that's a spelling mistake. Oh, shit.
That's how I knew Jim was pissed the other night because you couldn't spell properly, Jim, in the cesspit. Remember that night, Jim?
What was wrong?
You said you'd had a bottle of scotch, I think, and you couldn't spell properly in the cesspit.
It wasn't the spelling, it was the eyesight. See?
You knew what your thumbs wanted to type, didn't you?
I couldn't say a bloody thing. Yeah, baby, I'm getting old, I tell you.
I've been that pissed before. I've had to play pool with one eye closed. Just to see kind of straight.
That's what I was thinking. Tell you.
So if all the kids stop playing with their presents and that now, Dave, and they're back on the being bored again or watching TV and that.
Back to the tablets, mate.
Yeah.
Back to the tablets. They get the odd toy out now and again, but did it different.
Only 3 days ago, wasn't it?
I just stuck them all in bags. Normally we lay them all out over the fucking living room in different piles for them. But this year we just in big sacks. It was a lot easier.
What's happening in the chat?
I've been watching some cracking chats. Like, I'll be honest, I've had some proper belly laughs over the last few days in chats. Usual people, you know what I mean? Like Big G's coming through as a funny man, like coming out of his shell a bit.
Yeah.
I wonder if Phil's watching.
Who have you been watching? Who are you laughing at the minute, Jim? What's floating your boat at the minute, like in the chats and that?
Oh. To honest to God, mate, I just said it. When you're a bit ill, I'm short-tempered, so I just can't. I can't be bothered watching half of it or listening to half of it. And no, that's not a lie.
A lot of it's repeat, man. It's just repeating the same shit.
Yeah.
You can even go in a bad live, like where it's not that brilliant of a live, but there'll be people in the chat who you get on with, and you don't even listen to the live sometimes. You just chatting in the chat, aren't you?
Yeah, I done that the other day. One of the lives. It was just the live was terrible, but the chat was fucking fantastic.
What do you think about our Sean Wayne? Our Sean Wayne and Genghis? Sean's got it right between his teeth there, like with Genghis.
They're still having a go at each other.
Oh yeah, Sean's counting the panels that he's been on now. You know, to get Genghis on the panel with him. Genghis is never going to go on a panel with him. And but Sean's not letting it go. Like,
what I found disturbing over Christmas, and I know this, I was going to do an update on this. I made some notes on stuff I was watching, and it was the amount of people, and I know probably we all fit into this some category, but you like to think you go on YouTube for a certain amount of the day or listen to it, but the amount of people whose life YouTube has took over, and what I found really concerning was there was a lot of people, including women, and no, I know this is not sexist in any way, but including women who were saying that the child's just being fed or this is just being done, but yet we're on lives for 8 hours, and you're thinking, how can you manage your family? Yeah, and I found it disturbing more than anything else. It was the same with the amount of people who were willing to say, no, can we come and stay with you? Can we come and do this? And I'm thinking, you've got a young family. What would you want to do that for? I'm not going to mention names, look, but it just really opened my eyes to YouTube to think there's some people that really need to seek help.
So why don't you think people are getting pulled up in the chat about that, Jim, as much? Because you don't see many comments like that. You see a few where
People
someone will say, "Oh, why you're on here for so long?" But it's not the greatest, like.
It's become the norm.
Chat, is it? Yeah, exactly.
It's become the norm, and when something becomes normal, people accept it. That's what I said the other week. About who you should allow on your panel. I don't visit channels because I hate them. And I've told them, I'll stay out of your panel and out of your chat. You stay out of mine, and we'll get on absolutely fantastic for the rest of our lives. Yeah, but and I'm happy with that, because when you go in and you listen to and I'm not saying this, guys, just go and listen, and you think, how can that be normal? How can anyone think that that's a normal conversation, or what these people are saying is normal? Because there's no one challenging it anymore. And I'm thinking, it just literally opens your eyes. Yeah, there's you see it with some banter, but not continuous like it is.
Yeah, they'd rather have a go at you about something else than it's one of the least things that anyone mentions in the chat about, you spending hours on here.
No problem with people having a go with people. It's YouTube, it's social media. People are going to have it's the panels and encourage that people go in and have arguments and stuff like that. It's when these people then start mentioning women, children, with no disregard on what they're saying. It's okay. I'm going to say it, and I don't give a. And people still accept them and say, "Oh, how can he talk sense? How can that person talk fucking sense?"
Do you know what gets me about that?
YouTube can do that to you. YouTube can do that to you, though. To be fair, not using it as an excuse, but I've been one of them people, mate. Like a lot of people know, I've been one of them people that have made comments, man. That, to be honest, no place for it. Well, there's probably no place for them at all, regardless. But you come out and say some things on here, man. Sometimes that would you go and say fucking elsewhere? Probably not. Doesn't excuse it.
I reported that Steve Farden's site. I reported it to YouTube, and I had a conversation on text with YouTube, and I said, this cunt's mentioning my grandchild. I don't want my grandchild mentioned in his post. And they said, look, we're going to review it. And they found that acceptable.
Bollocks.
They sent me an email back, a text message saying, we've reviewed it. He doesn't, in fact, mention a name, although we understand that the target was aimed at your channel because of the headline. And we will monitor and review his site. And I went back and went, this is fucking disgraceful. I said, how can this be acceptable? I said, I've told the guy, I said on a live, I told him on one of my own lives that unless he removes it, I will strike his channel. And they said to me, no, they come back and says, please consider the subject matter that you've put down and go again, but under a different fucking... I'm thinking, what do they want?
Fuck's sake.
I give them the seconds, the video number, the URL link, the time it's mentioned. And I thought, what more do you want? And I just thought, I can't be arsed with it because it's acceptable to them.
I've seen some of the worst chat that I've ever seen on here over the last few days on that channel, right? I've heard racism.
Someone sent me a VT yesterday, and I went back to them and said, don't do us a favour, don't send me them, I don't watch his channel no more. I'm not interested. You report it, I can't be asked. Yeah. Fuck up.
Let me just address this comment. Can I just address this comment by Lay Cake? The way I see this is, Fighting Irish has never done nothing wrong to me. If anything, I've fucking called him out in the past for what he's done with the chain robbing and stuff like that. But the more I looked at it, he's been punished for it. Do you know what I mean? And he's got to live with that for the rest of his life. So what gives people the right to jump on and fucking give him shit about it? Do you know what I mean? He's never done nothing wrong to me, and he's welcome in my channel. It's as simple as that. As long as there's mutual respect there, and he's done fuck all wrong to me. I don't support what he's doing with the doxing and that and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong, that's wrong. But
it's tit for tat, isn't it, Dave? It's tit for tat. Someone's doing it to him and saying we're doing it, and that'll get a reaction where they'll do it. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, I mean, you're always going to have that. You're always going to have. But I heard this right, Dave, and this sort of contradicts a little bit what you've just said there, right? But it was a good comment to seen in the chat, and somebody said, when they hear that saying, well, he hasn't done anything wrong to me, that's like saying, well, Ian Huntley didn't do anything wrong to you, but is he all right? You know what I mean?
I don't fucking speak. I don't speak to him in chats and that. I'd say that was totally different.
I had to think about it, and I thought it is right in a way. A lot of people agreed with the comment and that, but you don't have to support Fighting Irish. You're not his friend or anything. I think when you say you're supporting him, it means that you don't stick up for him in chats or everything. You just allow it. You know what I mean, for what it is.
Fighting Irish does some really excellent content. He does some really good content. He does some absolutely fantastic lives. What I find with Fighting Irish is when someone goes in his lane deliberately to cause or go at him, he's the wrong person to go at because he won't give up at you. Now, them two people then need to sit down and mediate it between them, and that's up to them. But he's one of these guys where if you go at him, he's going to come back at you. He's not going to sit there and let it accept it. The same with John Humble, the same with a lot of other people on YouTube. But these two guys are renowned for what they do, and that is consistency about until they sit down and agree and say, that's it, let's move on. And that's where this has gone wrong. There's no mediation between them, these channels. It'll continue.
The perfect example, I think it was Christmas night, was when Archie went on the cesspit and basically just wanted to talk of Fighting Irish. The damage had already been done. There'd been a miscommunication, but Archie had took it really bad, right, over a photo. But you got the sense, after watching it for a little bit, you got the feeling that Fighting Irish hadn't even got out of first gear. You know, he was ready to go further, but Archie was absolutely devastated about one photo. And it shows you the level of the levels there, you know what I mean? Where Fighting Irish is the wrong person. You do not pick on him. Doesn't matter how bad he is or anything. it's just, you know, for a fact, he's been around for a long time, you know. But Archie was, you could see he was absolutely wounded, like, to the point where he was going to go off YouTube. He said, "That's it, you've gone too far, you've crossed the line." Whereas Fighting Irish thought, "I haven't even started. If you want to get
Now
going."
look at that, look. Start talking about a certain subject, look. The numbers have gone up from 23 to 48 in minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and that's
man.
it. And I'll give you an example, guys. This is an example. I like, as I said, I like watching Fighting Irish and his lives. I like watching John Humble and his lives. Now, I'll comment in Fighting Irish's live, right?
Yeah.
And I will comment, and I don't get no, you know what I mean? It's just a pleasant chat as far as I'm concerned. Now, if I want to go into John's chat, I can go in and say hello, and I'll get either times out or one of his mods who doesn't like me will literally say something shit and then not answer the. And I just thought, I'm not getting into some debate over some kid who hasn't got a fucking idea what he's talking about. But anyway, and that's the way I am now. The both of them know I like both each other's channels, to the effect that John Humble on his Christmas thing saying rounds and says, some of the channels I like this year. And he mentioned mine, and it's tiny fucking channel. And I'm thinking, no, thanks for that. No, I went back and said, thanks very much. Because you don't have to agree with everything that's getting said, but you can still like the individual, and some of his lads, some of it is great.
Yeah, it's when somebody says you're a supporter of somebody, right? You support them. It's like I said there isn't many people. If somebody's getting dissed on a panel, there's only a handful of whoever go in the chat and directly challenge them, you know, or say you're out of order. Especially when 90% of the chat's against them, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Brummy Bouncers have said it there. People love controversy, they do.
Yeah.
That's what makes it makes sense. Dave just said me figures went up from 20
Like,
to.
can you hold the panel for 1 minute? The wife's just rang, mate. I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah. You know what, Bear? I haven't been on a panel with you before, mate, but I've watched a few of your lives like, over the last few days, like as Bear Grylls, you know, on this account. And I just like the way you can sit and listen. I hope you are listening now and you haven't fell asleep, like.
He's gone. So I'm just reading Layer Cake's comments there now. And rightly, no, that's Layer Cake's what his understanding of a person is, and what he's putting there. But you don't need to like the guy. You don't need to join him. You don't need to stay in your own lanes. But when you look at it, I'm just going to use this other guy before. Someone said about, I think it was you, Moon, who said what would be a good fight would be this Heggie and Paul Venice.
Yeah.
Hope it never happens, because to me, Heggie should not have a platform. So there's my opinion. But people are massively against this guy, but willing to watch him fight. It's like, well, what for? Are they waiting to see him get killed? Or are they waiting to just... Because all it'll do is generate massive amounts of publicity for him. Huge amounts.
Yeah, I think although I did mean that a little bit, I was going more from the fight perspective as well. Like, as a fight, it would be a good fight, wouldn't it?
Well, a prime example, one of the best fighters in the world from the last generation was Mike Tyson. Convicted rapist, guys.
Yeah.
Simple as that. You can't say it in any other better. And yet, what's Layer Cake's opinion on Mike Tyson? Well, when someone says who's the best boxers of the last generation, they probably have Mike Tyson within the top 10. Sorry, guys, he's a convicted rapist. Shouldn't be given a platform. Shouldn't be mentioned again.
Yeah.
So, no.
I mean,
where do you draw that line? Where do people's models draw the line in the sand? And that's the problem with YouTube. There's no models. It's, as I said, women.
It's okay for one person, might not be okay at all for another person.
To me, it's women and children. Anyone mentions women and children, I never want to speak to them again. Never want a conversation with them again. They're out of the window as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, to some people on YouTube, that's acceptable. And just look what's happened over the past year, and will continue next year. These platforms are growing bigger and bigger and bigger, and these people are getting more subscribers and views than ever before.
You know what it's like? Jim, as somebody as a host, right, where with like we all had little channels. Well, there's still little like, but do you remember when you used to look at how many subs you were getting? They never went up massively. Like I know you had one little spurt, didn't you, when you went on Expos? But imagine what it's like to see your channel growing by like 300, 400 subs a day. And I think Bear, you had it, didn't you? I don't know if Bear's still there.
Bear's
But,
on 20 odd, isn't he?
Yeah. Bear was like picking up 500 subs a day or whatever. Imagine that. Like, that's a big growth.
The content Bear puts out will bring in subscribers. There's a difference between the controversy sites where you'll have 2, 3, 4,000 subs, but yet no, when you see content creators, but as I say, it's controversy sells, doesn't it?
Yeah, 100%.
I watched the channel last night, you know, about prison. Ricky Colleen, he's called. He's a Geordie, and he's been in he's been in for murder, I think, but he's got a great channel going right about prison. And he's got nearly 20,000 subs over the last few months. He's massive. But what he says at the start of his videos is, out of his 20,000 subs, his videos are getting like 40,000 views. So he said there's another 20,000 people who are watching him regularly, but they're not sub to him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Is Rob back YouTube Asylum?
He is, yeah. Yesterday, put a video out yesterday. His video was the whole thing when Archie went on the cesspit. That was the whole 20 minutes on Christmas night.
Yeah, so he's not done any
allowed
updates.
No, but he's allowed to now. I think he was on a ban, wasn't he?
Yeah, his channel got struck by, I think he said it was by Fischl.
Fuck's sake.
Yeah, because Fischl's she's been on panels, hasn't she? And like, she struck channels and she's been on panels for hours.
She's strange one. I can't work her out myself.
No, I can't. But talked about it the other day on a live, right? Where can you remember that night on Fighting Trolls when Fischl came on? It was the same night where Claire Hottiger came on for the first time on YouTube.
Yeah.
Can you remember? That was the very same night, because they were saying she was a copper, Fischl was a reporter, and within 5 minutes, 10 minutes of them being on, the chat was slating the pair of them.
And Pablo was smitten.
Yeah, he was. Claire Hottie was going to the 3D Fight Club with Pablo as his special guest and that. That was within 5 minutes of him being on the panel. But anyone who's seen that was the first appearance of them two on this community in the same night. Crazy.
Guys, I'm just jumping up. I've got a call wake up.
Yeah, man. Nice talking to you, mate. Nice talking to you, mate. Don't know if Bear's still there.
I'm just waiting for the wife to get home, mate. She shouldn't be long.
Oh well, we turned down into a bit of a debate there, didn't we, mate? No,
not really, mate. I'll speak about out on here, Fly. I will, but from what I just said, people don't get it twisted. I don't support fucking no doxing or kids' pictures being put out there at all. The way I just see it and the way I conduct myself on here is, if somebody's done nothing wrong to me, then why should I fucking have a bad opinion about it?
Yeah, I know what you mean. It was just, I thought that as well, Dave. We got Butch in the chat there, mate. Big up Butch, lad. Oldie, cat man.
My chat's gone funny.
Staffies.
Can't even see, mate. The chat won't even move up or down. My phone's froze, I think.
Oh, I did that, the other day. Can you remember the other day? When was that? When you had to ring me up and say, no, we're not winding you up. I thought that was a total wind-up, I thought you all had me saying it was muted and that. Can you remember?
Yeah, Staff is. He's back on his real name as well.
Yeah.
No more yes, la. Hope you're well, Butch. Hope the wife.
Yeah, I haven't seen much of Butch like over Christmas.
It wouldn't surprise me if he's been fucking working over Christmas, knowing him.
Oh, hasn't he got a baby on the way?
I'm not sure, mate. I'm not sure.
Butch, I'm sure he's got a baby on the way, or might have even just had it, or it's very close, unless I'm wrong. Well, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, can you remember, Dave, the other day when you had to ring me up when I was doing that live, and we were having loads of sound problems, and you had to ring. My head was farting there, you know. I thought you was all winding me up the whole lot of years. I was paranoid.
No, we could hear you, but you couldn't hear us, and we could hear each other on the panel. It was weird.
Yeah, and I thought I knew something was going on, but then when you rang me, right up until then, I thought it was a total I thought you'd all got together for a big Christmas wind up. You know what I mean? I thought this is next level. I thought this is next level wind up. This has gone from 1 to 10. But then I thought, no, Smithers isn't clever enough to pull this off. Do you think Daryl's gone on a mad one like this?
I don't know, mate. It's a bit weird, isn't it? No, saying that though, can you remember what he said about what he was doing over Christmas? He was going to his mum's, wasn't he? I think that was the first time he'd been there since she passed away.
But that got cancelled, mate. Because someone got COVID, so his brothers were going round his house.
Oh, he's probably on the Madden then.
Yeah. I think he texted us yesterday when the Everton game was on or something, Boxing Day, but I haven't seen him since then.
He'll be back. You know that will.
Oh, yeah. So what you doing this afternoon, Dave?
I don't know, mate. There's not a lot fucking can do in this rain. I wouldn't mind taking. Mrs. is just on the way back now from work. I wouldn't mind taking the kids out, but where do you go when it's pissing it down with rain?
Exactly.
Not a lot you can do, mate.
I tell you what, there's this place up by where I live. I can remember it opened years ago. You know, it's called you know what a nursery is. Not a nursery for toddlers. I mean, a nursery as in somewhere where you sell garden stuff.
Yeah.
So there was a couple up by where we live, and one of them, I can remember it when it was just a little hut basically with a little bit of land, you know. And over the last 30 years, it's grew like this. It's absolutely huge, and it's the best. You go there and spend a full day just walking around this nursery and that. You know, they had all reindeers.
You heard of Brig?
Brig.
We've got something there called Brig Garden Centre. That's absolutely massive. You could spend a day.
Yeah, that's basically what it is, like a posh garden centre and nursery, you know what I mean?
It's got a kids' play area in it. It's got a little arcade. It's got loads of stuff for the kids to do and that, like a train that goes around the entire fucking garden centre that the kids can ride on.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea, actually, because that's all indoors.
And this same place, right, after setting up, God knows how long it must take them to set up the Christmas show and that, right? But they do the same for Easter, and then they'll do the same for Halloween, and the work that goes into it, but the money that's there is unbelievable. Millions and millions of pounds. Absolutely huge. But you can still go there as well and buy garden fence panel, you know what I mean?
No, I totally agree with that, Lay Cake, 100%, mate. That was bang out of order. Sorry, Fly.
Yeah. Like I said, Lay Cake there. What I got from that Christmas night, I think you watched a bit of it yesterday, didn't you, Dave?
Take care, Lou.
What's you off? See you later, Lou. what I got from that was just the levels, like, and like, we're fighting Irish. He hadn't even got started, you know what I mean? And like, and Archie, it was like really bad for Archie. It just shows you there that's what got me. The difference in how them people were felt about one thing, you know what I mean? A photo.
Yeah.
And when I'm not going to side with anyone, mate. Like I say, when I say I support somebody, there's a few people on here who I support, right? You being one, Daryl, just all the people that I like, I'll support them, but you can't support. It still doesn't mean that I'm going to go in and I don't know. I'm not like yourself because I've seen you've been wanting to jump on panels again, haven't you, lately? You know, like to sort of defend people or
I think that's
yeah.
just my nature.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like I would never do that, but that doesn't mean I don't support them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think the best thing I did when I started my channel, mate, was getting my face out there straight away. Simple as that. People know who I am, where I'm from. I think I've even showed family pictures of my kids and that. Do you know what I mean? So no one.
That's what I mean, Dave. Right, but in the same breath, right? There's you, right, saying that you put your face straight out there, right, for whatever reasons, right? But then you might have the likes of Layer Cake, right, who you get on well with, like you bounce off. But he has the total opposite opinion to you about putting his face out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I respect people who don't want to put the face out there, mate, and it's for that reason.
Oh yeah, you've got to, yeah. But it just shows you though that you can be mates with somebody but have a totally different opinion about something.
Oh, 100%, mate. I like Layer Cake. He's got an opinion and he sticks to it, mate. It's as simple as that. I do. I like Layer Cake, mate. Believe me, I do.
Yeah.
That's how it is in the real world, though, right? Like, I'm sure you've got mates out there in the real world, man, but I'm sure you don't agree on everything.
Exactly. I don't fall out.
Different views on
Exactly.
I don't fall out because we've got a different opinion on something. The world don't work like that. Oh, it shouldn't anyway.
Obviously, there's things like the if it was Nancy stuff and that, then yeah, you. But the people who I talk to would never mention anything like that. You know what I mean? So, because you just wouldn't talk to them, or they'd just get banished anyway. But like Layer Cake, I'm just using him as an example, like as someone who would get on with. I don't agree with everything he says, but I just respect it. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
he
exactly.
never goes overboard. You know what I mean? There's nowhere to draw the line.
Big 38 in. Big love to you all. I think you're going 2 hours.
Okay.
Don't tell me you're still lying in bed.
Oh, I'm on top of the bed. That counts.
He's made it to on top of the bed.
Dressing gown on with his hairy legs hanging out.
You know.
You doing any lives today, like Bear?
Big love to Leia.
Not today.
So this one, Bear.
You know what? I used to be in a position, mate, where like I couldn't help but go live. Like I'd sometimes go live 2-3 times a fucking day, and to be honest, I was like putting that before like content and shit.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, it become a bit of an addiction. And then I used to tell myself I'll come away for it. I'll come away, and never did. I'm still far. These days, mate, I don't really fucking get that itch, man. I think YouTube's too fucked recently. There's too much. When YouTube's good, it's good. Like anything, can it? It's good. But there's been a lot of bullshit this year on YouTube, man. Like a lot of it. A lot of fucking. It's like, I don't know. Why do you come to YouTube, lads? Why do you two come to YouTube? What do you come in for?
The great Carly, if you've got nothing good to say, mate, go and find
So it's a good question, like Bear. It's a good question, but first of all, I came to watch. Like I used to love watching and being in the chats and fighting trolls. It was like became part of my day. You know what I mean? 7:30. for a few
Yeah.
hours. But as you watch more and more of it, you get more involved. I don't know. I just wanted to see proof to myself that I could like have a channel, I suppose.
Not a clue. I've
Um,
never seen him before, mate. Get
and
Great Carly. If you wind back in this video a bit, you'll see what Bear's opinion on Blackburn is, mate.
Yeah, I mean, like my channel and that, yeah, obviously was always to like go live around the channel. But apart from that, the other reason I go on live is just for banter, bro. For banter
yeah,
and a laugh and fucking to socialise. But it's not really like that these days, is it? Let's be honest. This all turns into fucking big kickoffs on panels constantly. A lot of the same people on the panels going over the same shit.
you
I don't
know
know.
what I
Only
forgot to
got no
mention.
interest.
Did anyone see that one last night? That was one of the biggest girl arguments I've ever seen on YouTube with Lindsay Kilpatrick and Jackie, was it?
Well, didn't you see my entrance? What I did?
Yeah, Dave,
No.
yeah.
Du- 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 du.
Yeah, I thought, oh no, what the fuck's Dave? I thought when I seen Dave asking for the link, right, it was the biggest girl argument ever. I thought, oh no, what the fuck? And yeah, he come on and played EastEnders. Fuck me.
Big up fact.
Yeah, but did you see that? Did you watch it, Dave? They were proper going at it then, because Jackie had been floating about all day, hadn't she?
Do you know what makes me laugh though? You won't win an argument against Lindsay. I tell you that now. You won't. She can go all day.
Well,
mate.
she proved that last night, didn't she?
I like Lindsay. Same pot as Black. Do you know something? Fuck this. Somebody get rid of that fucking Great Carly, man. What the fuck? Do you know when we've had a nice peaceful live, and then you get one fucking idiot who
Yeah.
jumps.
I should probably come with a hazard warning, man. Trolls do follow. I should start coming with a hazard warning when I come on people's panels, man.
So Bear, right? You know what I've noticed over the last week or two, that this orange Bear Grylls account is
Yeah.
like, I've seen a lot more of this one than the other one, the BBA with the Union Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is that like, is this
you know
your
what it is?
like?
I just need
Is
to,
this your-
because that's what that channel is. When people subscribe to veteran audits, yeah, that they subscribe for a fucking auditing channel. That if it's not watching the auditing, I imagine from a live, people want to still hear stuff around auditing and corruption and all that shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no point in me just firing up a live to have an open panel and then, like, before I know it, we're all talking about the beefs on YouTube. That's not doing that channel any good. Do you get me? Because that's not what people. This one's just me, mate. This one's just
So,
me
yeah,
as
so
an
this is like
individual
your
rather than fucking the channel.
This is like the naughty side of Bear, isn't it? You know what I mean? This is like you know the other
Even that,
side
mate,
of
I can't be asked of it anymore. Can't
Well,
be asked
yeah.
of the beef.
Let me just put the link out for this Carly.
Yeah, because there isn't many other channels who've got two channels like that, Bear. You know what I mean? Where one's like quite serious and puts like all the good quality content out. The other one's like where you're doing the open panels and that and talking about anything and what's going on.
Yeah, just anything, can it? Like little clips off YouTube. I'll fucking post some of them up.
Come on, Carly,
Yeah,
jump on the links
But
there.
I've seen how many people were. I've seen how many. I did watch that live after where you put that Tim Drake video out, right? And I watched that, and it was one of the first ones I'd watched of yours, and it was brilliant. I think you had about 160 people in, right? And even when you had 160 people in, you told everyone to go over to, I can't remember whose live it was. Can you remember? You said,
yeah.
was it Steve?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it
You
was.
said, yeah, if he won't come to us, we'll go to him. And you sent 160 people over to Steve's. And I was watching Steve's reaction. It's funny as fuck, mate.
He was like, fucking hell, got 130 people in my chat.
Yeah,
And then
I
he
can
must have read
remember.
a little bit more and he was like, oh, give me
Yeah,
shit.
it was absolute gold, that, like, it was fucking gold.
It's fucking, I'd just like to see a little bit more like light humour brought back to YouTube, and it, you know, if you're gonna even have a dig at someone, do it in a bit of a fucking humorous way, man. It's all a little bit toxic. I don't know if people agree, but I guess people come here for
Oh,
different reasons. That's why I asked, innit? Why
yeah,
do people come to live stream panels and that? What do they get out of it? But I'd probably be a lie if I said, yeah, sometimes I don't go places and think, yeah, go on, I'll get amongst that. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. It's good viewing, man. You know what I mean? It's if you're getting 50 people in, man, you're doing well. You know what I mean? It's the ones who I don't know if they appreciate it. The likes of the Cesspit and Expo. They've got they get 500 people in, 500 people, and I don't think they appreciate it sometimes. You know what I mean? Take them for granted.
Yeah.
Especially, I mean, Expo. He doesn't Expo. He's got no like timetable. You know where he's going to be on. He hasn't done much over Christmas, but he'll still get 500 people as soon as he goes live. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think we all watch Expo.
I can't deal with that many in a chat, man. To be honest, it's hard work, man. You know, like trying to fucking watch the chat, deal with the people you've got in the panel.
Oh God, that's
Yeah, it is like.
Much rather jump on other people's panels, man. I've got to worry then, have you?
Yeah, but if you watch Steve Farthing, I mean, love him or hate him, mate, you can put it on any time of the day and you know he'll be live and you know there'll be somebody dodgy on his panel, you know what I mean? And you can't help but watch for 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah, he's definitely drawn to all the dodgy characters, isn't he?
All hours of the day, like Steve Farthing's live, it's just fucking bad.
I'm being ordered to make my daughter's lunch, so I'm going to shoot, guys.
Yeah, man.
That's great, no worries.
I'm stood
Nice
here in
one,
the
Dave.
kitchen. Yeah, she's got the cheese out, the ham out, the tomato sauce out, some crisps out, and a plate out, and she wants a toasty.
You're summoned, man. You've been summoned.
Note that pushing me to do it. Annie, getting everything out ready. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys. No doubt I'll see you in the chat later. Nice one for jumping on.
Man.
Nice one.
No, fly me to the moon. Respect, bro. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Big
love, guys. Have a good day. Take care, all. Bye-bye.